Okay, I'm back. Finally. Finally back. Been a little while. Oh well. It's alright. What's up, Ash? What's up, Brayden? What's up, JJ? What's up? Copa? What's up, Copa? Siopa? Oh, you're Justin? Oh, okay. Gotcha. What's up, over on the tree? Also, why isn't this... Oh, that's why. Give me a second. I'm guessing no audio's coming out. I know why, though. Shoot. I always forget to do this. What's up, just a friend? I've gotten, I think, if you count the diamonds I have right now in ore form, like diamond ore, with, oop, wrong one. If you count the diamond ore in, ore form, I probably have, if I theoretically mined that with the diamonds I already have, I probably have around 9,200 diamonds. I think. Something of that sort. So I have theoretically 9,200 diamonds. Right now I have 8,600, so 8,650 or something like that. Some weird number. At least. Yes, I did get a new mic. It sounds much better than the other mic. Definitely. Because my other mic, the wire was messing up, and I spent $60 on wires, so I was like, you know what, screw it. So I just bought a new headset, which has a better mic anyway, so. And it's only $60 compared to my other headset, which was $80. Even though the other headset was much more expensive in terms of value, which is unfortunate. That's, okay. What the heck is happening? Oh, that's why. Okay, give me a second. I'm trying to figure out why this... Sorry, Dash. Let's see here. Give me just a second. There it goes. Wow, that was loud, jeez. Is it too loud? Gotcha. Let me turn it down. Okay. It's good now. These headphones sound so nice actually with this. Just that's why. There we go. That's better. I forgot about that. I don't know why I switched it to that high, but I think it was when I was messing with the settings. It's alright though. What's up, Gecko? Forgot I had this drink. That's pretty cool. At least, oh, I didn't want to make a CS Joseph reference because he's trying to prevent fatherlessness, but I don't know. Just that's what it just reminded me of was that. But congrats. I don't know. That's the first thing I thought about, honestly. At least when you mentioned It's like, that's interesting. Like the whole purpose of C.S. Joseph mission is to prevent fatherlessness. With that analytical depth psychology. It's kind of interesting. I don't know, that's just the first thing I thought about. I was like, oh, well, let me go. Let's go one around before we have to go put up all this stuff. You know what? Never mind. Okay, that was luck. I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, what? Whatever. Did I clip the edge of that block, or did I just not press it? Because I swear I pressed it. To be fair, I only mention C.S. Joseph so much is because he's the one that has basically taught the science almost entirely, so... the correct science, or at least the correct way of doing it instead of using the regular MBTI, which is very vague. I have a lot more space than I thought I do, or that I did. Very fortunate to actually get notifications, because it's been a while since I was streamed, so... Also, I should be done with this section within a week or so. Weekend something, probably. It really depends what happened. I think I'm going to be pretty busy for the next... I don't think it's going to be this week, but I think next week I'm pretty busy. So, I want to finish this section before the end of the year, which I definitely will. I don't know if I'll be streaming the entire thing, unfortunately, but the rest of the section. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that was a good thing about having not really having much schooling, is I could like sniper the subject and just consume the entire subject. Just like I'm doing at IT now. Or at least with the certifications. Nice, Gecko. Shoot. I'm seriously running out of room. Actually, I'm really running out of room, like in terms of chest space, not in terms of physical space, but... in terms of physical space. Don't know why I'm going that direction. Weird. Okay, yeah, let's go. Hopefully, the other space I'm running out of room though, definitely. What's up, Hat? What's up, Raffy? Pretty squeaky. Chat goes pretty squeaky. Sounds weird saying that actually, not gonna lie. $50? Jeez. That's more than both my certificates combined. Well, going to be getting certificates. Thank you, Thomas. I've been doing a decent amount of mining off screen. Heck am I in this section? Yeah, these are the diamonds I'm going to be mining. I'm going to save them to the end of the project. I'm going to have like 5,000. Diamonds by the end of this project. Half of the world. 5,000 diamond ore. I think. No, it's like 3,000, sorry. I think it's like 3,000. I don't actually know. It's somewhere up there, at least. I'll have to do the calculations again. 3 diamonds do... What's 3 times 1450? $3,450? No, 3,000... 3,350? I think? I don't really know. You can do the calculations. I really don't know. I'm kind of lost in my own head right now with these calculations. 4,350. Shoot. Why did I think it was 3,350? I was close. I mean, I was 1,000 off, but I was in the right track at least. I don't know how long I'm maybe doing this. Optimistically, probably like 7 to 8 months. I'd say probably a year to a year and a quarter or something like that. Something like that. Dang, there was this perfect video that explained stress. Oh yeah, wait, there was a good example. It was actually a programming video I saw of like how to become a self-taught programmer, and one of them was actually kind of explained burnout in a way. I think it's over developing willpower into one thing. Really, I mean, you could do it with this project 'cause it's not that difficult. It's not as like, obviously it's not problem solving, you're not learning really anything, but at the same time it's, the concept of burnout is similar with this project. Even if other things get in the way, or you basically don't want to force this project. I basically don't want to, I can't force this project through other outlets, pretty much, of what I'm doing, if that makes sense. It's similar. It's gonna be similar when I learn programming. It's gonna be the same concept. I'm still gonna have to have a roadmap, kind of like this project, where I have to spend like a certain amount of things to do, and then I'm done, without spending like 7 to 8 hours a day. Don't get me wrong, if I had 7 to 8 hours a day to do this project, without any form of anything, then I would do it, but like for example, if I had another quarantine where everything was cancelled, possibly, but at the same time, I don't think I should do something like that. Especially since I've been trying to figure out what I've been wanting to do for literally like months and months on end, and I finally figured it out, so I'm not going to stop there, so I'm not going to sacrifice that for this project. It'd be really kind of stupid. What's up, setting a fish? So, Striker. I do not. Can't even see it on my icon. Thomas. I was really getting confused there who was actually leaving. Took me a second to realize who was actually leaving. entirely. I haven't actually looked into much. It's like Gaming Master. I haven't looked into too much analytical psychology. There really isn't much for me to look into at this point. I've basically absorbed like all the information. And I've talked about almost everything I know on stream. Which took quite a few streams, not gonna lie. To sort through all the information. There is something I don't think I've mentioned. Never mind. I think there's actually one thing I have not mentioned. I mentioned a piece of this, but there's one aspect I rewatched on with C.S. Joseph's channel. One of it is just to get a new refresher, just to see if there's anything I missed in some of these lectures. I just watched a couple of them. And one thing I did miss, or the one thing I missed, was so I've talked about cognitive focus, which is basically what side of the mind you focus on. But I never talked about external versus internal, how the external world sort of shapes how you enter each side of the mind. What I mean by that is like internal improvements. So like for example, transitioning based off external factors or internal factors. So this is where the real self-improvement comes from. It doesn't come from any help books. It comes from improving your own psyche. Has nothing to do with actual self-help books and stuff like that. I mean, yes, they can kind of help just a little bit shape the way your brain works. So you're kind of rewiring your brain every time you read a book, sort of, very in a minute way. That's why I always say if you want to do self-improvement, just pick a topic, read a couple books about it, pick another topic, read a couple books, pick a topic, read a couple books. Don't like stick to one topic over and over and over again, which is what I'm going to be doing. What's up, Dietrich? And, so, like, for example, SC inferior, I'm always going to use this example because I know this function very well since I have it. Basically performance anxiety, and there's two ways to enter in this function. The chaotic or the smooth transition. One is knowing bad performance, climbing my way up, practicing constantly, knowing I'm bad at something, and just accepting it, and just practicing to become the best. Or there's the, I'm just gonna look, oh, Jesus Christ. God, that gave me a heart attack. Oh God. It's probably even louder for you guys, actually, if that's saying something. Okay, so the chaotic transition is basically, if I had to explain this in a better terms, instead of saying Okay, I'll give an example as well, but let's just say, like, a facade of looking better than I actually am. For example, like playing a game, for example, that I don't play. I basically never play, or never really play. And I basically criticize somebody for being slow or not that good at it. But I'm not that good at it myself, so I'm like hypocritically being arrogant about how good I am at something. I don't know how people get away with it. I don't know how SE inferiors even get away with that. I've gotten bitten every time I've done that, and it's not even like I'm helping doing it either. That's a chaotic external factor. Instead of saying, hey, I'm not that good at it, instead of criticizing other people for doing it, I just work on it myself. Obviously, I don't want to put all my time into a game that doesn't mean much, but at the same time, it's good for self-development. And comparing myself, even though I vehemently disagree that you can technically compare yourself to other people, at least from the sake of getting good at something, I think it depends on how you do it, though. That's how you look at something. Some people don't have performance anxiety. Some people don't even care about how they perform, like SE demons, SE tricksters. Think they know how they're coming off to people. Because here's the thing, performance anxiety doesn't entirely mean... Performance anxiety isn't entirely... Okay, when people think of performance anxiety, right? People think of, oh yeah, we're gonna go on the stage with thousands of people, sure. You get some performance anxiety, I don't really care who you really are. But when I'm talking this type of performance anxiety, I mean like this is a fear of looking bad. This is a fear of, before even performing at all, if I'm even wanting to do it, because of the fear of doing bad even beforehand consumes so badly. It's not even a feeling, it's literally just, I'm just gonna do bad, because I'm so afraid of actually, or even, hey, I know I'm gonna be bad because I'm just gonna not practice at all. It's literally, it's a premature practice, if that makes sense. But the way to get out of performance anxiety, especially for SE inferiors, since obviously they have like true performance anxiety. I know SE critics kinda have performance anxiety. Like they probably have the second worst performance anxiety for sure. That's definitely, I would definitely have to say yeah. Don't know why I took that off, but really paying attention. Give me a second. Shoot. Yeah. So that's the type of performance anxiety I'm talking about. It's performing literally, or trading performance for loyalty. Hopefully I don't ever have to deal with that. Luckily I'm actually aware of that, so I don't do something like that. Performance even means like, hey, if I do this, will you stay? Because it's SCSI. Or arrogantly thinking I can do anything well, which is really stupid, but totally possible for me to do. Give me a second. What's up, Michael? Alright, see ya, Dietrich. So yeah, it's and don't get me wrong, I have 2 SE critics in my life, so I like kind of have a good idea what SE critic is like compared to SE inferior. Oh wait, I already reset the end. Okay. I've been doing this for almost 3 years. I think it's, what is it, December 3rd? So, it's almost the 3-year anniversary for this channel. Yeah, that's SE inferior right there, definitely. It's the fear of failing at something in general, or fear. Wait, did I actually find that? Okay, I did. I just did it so fast I didn't even. Something like that. It's really bad. Trust me. SE inferior is horrible when it comes to really. Like, I'm talking, it could be minuscule things, like, really anything. If I just look, if I have the potential to look bad in front of one person, I'm already afraid of doing it, but especially if it's something I've never done, and I'm kind of almost forced to do. That's really bad. Which, don't get me wrong, I could probably pull something out of my hat, but jeez, I can't even. The fear is like, it's horrible. You got SE heroes, they're fine. I mean, they understand their own performance pretty well, since I know an SE hero. Actually, at one point I actually had at a party that we had, or I think it was just a party, I don't know. We had SE hero, SE hero, SE parent, SE child, and SE inferior in the same room. Literally all SE users. It's definitely just keep trying though. It's literally just practice. Just keep practicing over again until you actually gain that confidence. And then once you get good enough at that, whatever you're doing, like driving for example, just keep doing it to the point where you actually find confidence in yourself, and then have somebody critique what you're doing, give feedback on after that practice session or whatever. And then if they say you're good, and then you'll probably be good. Alright, see ya, squeeze. It's just a friend. Not paying attention. Like, for my driving test, I kind of aspired, somehow, when it came to driving. Like, SE aspirational, to some degree at least. It was at least enough to pass. It's literally just go with the motions. Because the interesting thing is, if you have enough fear with SE inferior, it eventually becomes aspirational. It's super weird. The fear literally becomes like, you know what, screw this, I'm gonna just stop this, and then boom, there you go, SE aspirational. It's like a breaking point in a way. And then you become a god for at least a good, like, couple minutes. Or so. I don't know. At whatever you're doing. Yep, that's definitely true. Honestly, I don't really know. You're just gonna have to practice. Especially since you benefit if you are. I'm fairly certain, considering you didn't take a test with 2.5 years of failing, I'm pretty sure you have SE inferior. So if you do, then just practice. Practice the movements over and over and over and over and over again. Even if you have to sit in your car and practice. Literally do that. I kind of wish, I can't look at your profile picture. Because I'm on this. If you have to have a mental, where are you at? Give me just a second. Wait, it doesn't show your profile picture. Okay. Unless you want me to just look at a pink S, or a pink background with an S. Yeah, it's like if I would have known I benefited so much from just practicing something, I would have literally just practiced driving loops around in my driveway. It's literally just trust your skill in driving by practicing. That's really about it, because your skill really does take you far, trust me. I've driven in areas I had no idea what I was doing, and I just kind of found my way around. It's super weird. Like those places I've never been to, and somehow I found my way back, just because of just logic and just skill of driving in general. It's chaotic skill, don't get me wrong. I don't have perfect skill 100% of the time, but it's gotten me out of some crazy situations. But to be fair, all of my friends are like SE users and they're really good at driving, so I can't really like, that's why I'm saying I'm not that great in terms of pure skill. Not all of my friends, but at least the two main ones have SE Child and SE Hero. So I can't really say much about my performance. Besides it getting me out of situations I had no idea you can even get out of. What's up, Jay? How do you handle a big project? That's an interesting question. I mentioned this a long time ago, but the best way to handle a big project, break up the project, figure out what the heck you're even doing in the project. Create a preparation stage of what do you need to make this make a big project as efficient as possible, or at least as reasonably efficient as possible. Just break it up in time. How much time do you have? Do you have 2 hours? Do it in 2 hours. 2 hours a day takes a lot. Will take you really far. It's like learning a skill almost, just you're not learning anything, you're just kind of just doing something for long periods of time until if you're not comfortable with 2 hours a day, like if you can't focus for 2 hours a day, go for 30 minutes. Here's the interesting thing about this project, or any project that's this simple. It's not it doesn't take a lot of like effort. This project takes basically no effort whatsoever. It just takes a little bit of know-how. It really depends on how much effort your project takes. If it takes a lot of effort to 30 minutes every day, build up to an hour. And then hour and a half, then 2 hours and stuff like that, but in general. That's really all I'd have to say. don't cram too much unless you really have all the time to cram that many hours without any interruptions. Like, you know for sure you have that much amount of time without any interruptions. It's one of the reasons the times I do these projects is very chaotic, because I know I don't have consistent hours besides maybe in the very morning, but that's really about it. Yes, I did. I did earlier. I had the mic muted though, just to, because there was some noise going in the background. I don't know how good this mic is when it comes to outward noise. Yeah. It's like physically impossible for me to mute it quick enough anyway, so hopefully it's good enough. Nice. Yeah, just break up that structure. What do you need to put on it? How long will each piece of the structure take? Divide it up possibly in hours. You don't even have to do that. You could do like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this piece in 2 weeks, spending 30 minutes a day, or something like that. You know, just break it up. Just break up the project. Like these sections, I'm gonna take around 2 months per section, something like that. 1 to 2 months, roughly. I know it's a huge difference, but if I can get a good amount of time per section, I can do it in a month. But if I'm casually doing it, I'm very busy, probably 2 months. Like this one, I'm barely under 2 months if I do this correctly. I could probably finish this. I'm definitely gonna, oh maybe not definitely, because I'm gonna be pretty busy, but at least a pretty good, have ambitious goals, at least when it comes to these projects. Just, don't be over ambitious when it comes to a project like this, because you don't want it to get in the way of anything else. You want it to flow into whatever you're doing. It's all about flow, because flow will make you, you not only get more progress out of it, but you actually don't, it's healthier for you anyway, in a way. I mean, unless you're at the very end of the project, that may be different, but if you're just starting and you're coasting midway through, kind of like I'm doing, then just cruise, basically. Set cruise control and you're good. I'm doing pretty good with IT. I've done 3 practice tests, 2 of the tests were the same test, I just retook it. Luckily I have a bad memory, so I forget most of the questions anyway, so at least there's that. So it's very accurate, at least when it comes to knowing how to take these tests. I got a 40, which was very unfortunate when I first started. I was like, what the heck? But I didn't know how to answer these questions, so I got a 40 on the first time taking it. I got a 60 on the second time taking it. And then I took another practice test, a different practice test, and I got a 74, which is unfortunate because I had to get a 75 to pass, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna just ignore that passing rate and just try to go for an 85 next. So yeah, huge leaps in knowing actually how to take the test. If you know all the information in the world, but you don't know how to take the test, which I still don't know all the information, it's not 100% glued in my head, which is great for these practice tests. These practice tests kind of glue some bits of information I actually don't know. I'm reviewing the answers right now of the test, just to see what information I can gather from them, so. It's like, Jeez, that's really unfortunate, getting a 74. And one of the questions I actually second guessed, I could have gotten a 75 or 76 or whatever it would have been. Unfortunately. Funny thing is I finished the test in like half the time I actually need to. It's 90 questions in 90 minutes. I had 30 minutes left on the test. And this is with me being stuck on some of the problems too, if that says anything about how well I know some of these subjects compared to certain pieces. I just hate how low my attention span is on some of these questions, because some of these questions, they're like, think of the equivalency of like a really long math problem, but in IT, because it's a troubleshooting question, which gives you like gives you scenario with different parameters and stuff like that. Oh my god. How am I supposed to? I'm gonna have to reread this like 10 times. What's up, CRX? Wait, is it GS like is this the GS I'm thinking about? I don't know if it is. I may have to look at your profile picture just to see. Give me a second. Is it the GS I'm thinking of? Okay, I'll wait till it updates. Also, if anybody thinks I recommend this project, I don't recommend this project. I'm telling you right now. I really don't recommend projects this long, seriously. It's just, I think it's just too much for the sake of one person to do. I'm still gonna finish this project, I'm just saying in general. Not this long of a project. I really just don't recommend it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I did have somebody help me, but he couldn't join after a certain point. I don't know why. Still don't know why. Why he couldn't join after a certain point was kind of unfortunate. Like, even with 4 people, I still don't recommend this project. I don't know how many 4 people can even finish it. I'm not saying that I'm doing the work of 4 people, which in some cases I probably am, but... yeah, I just don't recommend doing projects this long. Unless you're doing what I'm doing, which is going to be stopping pretty much everything in terms of big projects altogether in general. Like, I don't recommend continuing doing these big projects over and over again. It just isn't worth your time. Unless it's for it has to be, like, I'm talking very specific purpose. My purpose isn't entirely I wouldn't say my purpose is 100% justified. But at the same time, it's like, considering the amount of recognition I've gotten from this project, I kind of think it's somewhat justified now. Now, if I haven't gotten recognition from up to this point, then that would be different, but I think my project is somewhat justified now. Kind of crazy, though. I haven't done that before, it's really frustrating. It really sucks when you're planning on doing something and then you completely forget. I'm doing something as well. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. Which is why procrastination is really bad for us, even though we procrastinate probably the most. I know we have S and Ps that procrastinate a lot, but at least they remember what the heck they're doing. If we didn't have people constantly telling us or remind us about things, we'd be so screwed. At least when it comes to, that was in terms of schooling, but I mean obviously, that's why I always recommend just get it done. You have the focus to get it done, you have the willpower to get it done. I'm pretty sure you can just put in the work and just go for it. You'd be surprised how fast you can get things done. For example, there was this project that I was doing in anatomy. This project, we had like 3 weeks on it to work on it, right? And I didn't do it for a little while. I was kind of procrastinating on the project. And I was about a weekend. I didn't have that much done. I only had maybe like a 10% done or something like that. And I got kind of mad because I kind of got caught. I think I was playing a game or something like that. It was really stupid, but. And let me just say that I got so, like, the guilt was like beyond anything I've ever felt. Like, I was basically miserable that day, so I finished the entire project that next evening, or that evening. Literally in 3 hours, I finished the entire project. This is a 2-week project, you mind you. Like, jeez. This is why I suggest, if you procrastinate a lot, you probably should just get it done. And don't worry about it. Because you're literally just stressing yourself out for no reason. Literally no reason. Especially in iHeroes. At least. Especially FE parents, and I go with FE parents, which is INFJs, because the FE parent will feel super guilty when we don't finish until the last second. That was a really stupid cycle. A really stupid cycle. Do I somewhat procrastinate that much in school? Kinda. Which is really funny because I was always seen as like the person who always get their work done, which I did. All of it done. But I always did it last minute. Even though people I probably had this perception, at least in some ways, I don't know why I had this perception of getting everything done on time and stuff like that. I mean, I guess it was technically on time, so I guess in some ways. I mean, to be fair, I'm always the person who, this is how crazy this is. I'd literally just look like I'm working because I can just focus on something and look like I have an attention span. Because yes, NiHero can mimic SI, which is really funny. Let me just say this, if if NiHero didn't mimic SI, I'm pretty sure every I and J would probably look like they have ADHD. So, other than that, I could just mimic it and just pretend that. I mean, I'd still work. Don't get me wrong. Even if I had no idea what I'm doing, I'll still work on it. But with that raw focus, and I could just focus on what the heck I'm doing. I do it on purpose to not communicate with anyone. Literally. I actually like busy work. People hate busy work. I actually like busy work because I don't have to do anything except for just work on my papers. It's really funny. It's like, okay. So it was sort of a perception, but at the same time it kind of wasn't. It's kind of true. I don't know. Just think there was a little bit more layers to uncover in that. But to be fair, I was literally like 0.5% of the population or something stupid like that, so. That's not even counting gender either. 0.5 is general INFJ statistics. That's not even counting like female or male INFJs, and male INFJs are even rarer than female INFJs. Female INFJs actually take up majority of INFJ slots in terms of rarity, so I guess there's that. There's a reason why I don't like group projects, which is really funny because there's two things. I don't like the responsibility of being on a team, but I also don't like having other people help me. So, I don't know. It's very contradicting, I'll be honest. I was always really bad at asking for help. I was probably one of the worst when it comes to asking for help. I mean, I know anybody can say that, but seriously. Combine SC inferior with being very insecure about what about being wrong about something, and having TI child, it's like, oh god, jeez, really bad about it. And I don't like initiating things. It's like, that's a recipe for not asking at all for any help. You know, honestly, since Rafi, I know you're probably an INFJ. I don't think you're an INTJ. I know you said you were a Templar, so. And you do seem very logical, so I would recommend watching 2 videos. These are the 2 videos I'd recommend. Actually, 3, if you haven't seen them yet, that is. Watch Who Are the INFJs? Probably do it in this order. I'd recommend it in this order. Watch How to Social Engineer INFJs, and then watch Cognitive Transitions. Yeah, I only help until I only ask for help if I absolutely need help in something. It's really sad though whenever I mess up on something and somebody asks me why did I not ask for help. It's like, I don't know. Like, I literally don't know why I didn't ask. I just didn't. Which is actually SE inferior pride. That's still SE inferior, because it's like, oh yeah, I know I can do this. I know I can do this on my own. That's still SE inferior. That a more humbling SE inferior would actually ask for help, which is probably one of the hardest, I'd have to say the hardest thing for SE inferior to do is asking for help. I mean, at least we're affiliative, so I mean, we should help ask. I mean, sort of. I think it depends on the. Actually, I don't really remember asking. I don't remember being super affiliative. I know I am affiliative. Just. Like it's one of those things where I kind of know that I'm affiliative, but I have some pretty good pragmatic tendencies. First reason, I've been around pragmatic people, or at least pragmatic-like people, and even if they are affiliative, and I've been in jobs at pragmatism. I've been with people with pragmatism, actual pragmatic people. Yeah. And I'm developing my SE inferior, which is gonna make me even more pragmatic than normal. So, there's that. I'm surprised CS Joseph hasn't actually mentioned that about INJ specifically asking for help. He's never mentioned that in a video. But I know that is for SE inferior. I definitely know that's for SE inferior. I think SE inferior is probably out of all the types don't ask for help the least, or want to ask for help the least. Which is bad because guess what that means? It doesn't mean it means we don't get feedback, and since we can't get feedback on it, then how are we the heck gonna improve? It's literally a self-fulfilling prophecy with SE inferior, and then we never actually grow from it, and then we never actually get it correct, and then boom, it literally just SE inferior just becomes stale. Yeah, I would recommend that, Rafi. Is literally just look up who are the INFJs, just as a base, and then do, you can either do one of these. I would actually recommend doing the social engineering video next, even though I'd argue it's more powerful than the cognitive transition video. And then, if you really want to be out there, like very extra, go to his website, go to csjoseph.life, and just go to his premium video, which is actually not premium anymore because it's not paid for. So you could just go to INFJ's tab. It's like a little tab. It says it's not who are the INFJs. It's like discover INFJs or something like that. And he has a season 19 lecture, which is how to cognitively develop, which is definitely his best video on the types for sure. I mean, you could do that for all the types. I've done it for a majority of the types at this point. I think the only types I really haven't done too much on is ESFPs. I've done it for INTJs. I've kind of done it. I've done it somewhat for ISTPs. Let's see. ENFPs, kinda. ENTPs, not really. I think probably my least discovered types, like least knowledgeable types, is ESTPs and ENTPs. I should start doing ISTJs and ESTJs and stuff like that, because those are the types I run into a lot. Done it for ISFJs, kinda. I don't know, I haven't really been focusing too much on the science that much, because I already have the core. I just need to look at all the videos for all the types, which that's going to take a while, because each video is like 30 minutes at least for 3 videos, so 90 minutes per type for at least like 14 types or something like that, 13 types. What's up, Maria? I'm doing pretty good. love how my dog like slammed himself into the door to open it. It's kind of funny. Or tries to open it if it's closed or not. Let's see. Oh. Oh, I can put my feet here actually. I don't know why I haven't thought about this. Graphology? What? That's a thing? I think my ultimate self-realization right now, is trying to figure out what my SI demon or SI angelic is trying to tell me, because I know what my any nemesis is, or any my ally function, well it's technically nemesis but it can become ally, is trying to tell me. I know my SE inferior or SE warrior is also trying to tell me. In a good way, at least. Now I'm trying to figure out what the heck my SI demon is trying to tell me. Which I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but... Or I'm trying to fit the puzzle piece of, trying to put everything of my mind into a puzzle. Into a giant puzzle. So I can speed up progression of my mind entirely. I'm not trying to like speed run integration of my mind, but I do want to at least have a steady progress to increase. Because I'd love to see what SE that's pretty interesting actually. So I have a pretty good idea though. It's like I am so certain with my own future that I focus on other people's futures, and I'm certain, and then once I become not be worried about other people's futures, I can finally understand my own value in the world, basically, instead of being horrible about it with FI critic. Like figure out the basically the strength of finding the strength in other people, understanding character in other people from a deep level, with SE inferior strengthening other people to the point where I can actually value myself properly and not worry about what other people other people's futures because I know I'm strengthening other people. And then SI Demon finally wakes up and I can finally start understanding what other people have said in the past, what other people have done in the past. Yeah, pretty much. That's really about it. I can actually finally start focusing on my own comfort instead of focusing so much on other people's comfort. Okay, what's up, Sam? So, it's only bad if you're studying something, because your focus is being torn to other things. Anything else other than studying, it's fine. Just don't study. I've tried it. It's not effective, trust me. You'll focus too much on the music and then you'll just lose that. Your focus will be divided. You basically need undivided focus. Not attention, but undivided focus. It's really funny when teachers say like, oh yeah, give me your undivided attention. You think I'm giving any attention? I'm literally just giving you my focus, which is I'm just gonna turn my body, I'm gonna turn my head towards you, and I'm gonna just mimic that I have attention. People probably think I have like the greatest attention span in the world, seriously. But I have like the worst in the world. It's actually, oh my god, it's actually really funny how that works. Seriously. I mean, to be fair, I have written an essay with 3 people chatting in front of me. Like, I was in the room with 3 people chatting. You know how much focus that takes to write an essay with 3 people chatting in the room? You know how hard that is for SE Inferior when you want to just focus on what the heck they're talking about instead of actually focusing on what I was doing? That takes a lot of mental strain. Not many people actually know I have a bad attention span, though. It's kind of funny how that works, but not many people actually know I have a horrible attention span, unless I outright tell them that I have a bad attention span. Goldfish's attention span, Wait, Goldfish's memory. So memory is attached to attention span. So if you have the memory of a goldfish, that means you have the attention span of a goldfish. So yes, I am talking about cognitive functions. I've done that, Sam, I think is what it is, who wrote that message. What's up, team? No, I want to get the other chat box out. Yeah, I don't recommend, what's up, beef? I'll just go with some. You have SI as well? Do you know what your type is, by chance? Have you looked into CS Joseph before? Just out of curiosity. Since he's the only one that actually has accurate definitions on the functions and the types. INFP, nice. Okay, he may not be the only one, but that I know of, he definitely has extremely accurate functions, or extremely accurate definitions of the types and the functions. Except for he does use like multiple sources, which is John Beebe and what's his name? Carl Jung. John BB mainly, those two. I think there's actually one other source I'm trying to think of. Oh, Linda Barons, there it is. There's the other person. What's up, Sophie? I forgot to actually, I will be mining the Nether and the End. It took forever for me to say for some reason. But I would recommend taking his test. He finally released a test if you want quite accurate results. As long as you know yourself well enough and you can 100% answer some of the questions. Actually, you have to answer, yes, at least some of the questions. At least 4 questions you have to be for sure on, so you can get an accurate result. As long as you can answer 4, you can answer, all the other ones will answer for you. And you'll be alright. Yeah. What was I talking about? I think I was talking about integration. The 4 sides of the mind is really interesting, at least when it comes to the type's journey, like everybody's journey based on your type. The journey of all the types. TE. That's pretty nice, especially since that's your inferior function. And that's probably your most important function to develop, so. Really how to develop TE is just get organized, read. Those are the 2 main ones. Literally just that that's it. That's how you develop TE, especially for TE inferior. Especially since you benefit the most from reading out of all the types. Research to develop that high moral, to develop that high moral fiber even further than normal. Not being afraid to do your opinion, like say your opinion, as long as your research properly. I still need to send you that PDF with the programming. The Python PDF. It's very useful. You have TE parent. Yeah, it takes a lot to develop your inferior. It really does. I'm developing in mine right now, actually, which is I'm also INFJ, so I'm developing SE inferior. It's always good to develop your inferior because your inferior is probably, I'd say, the single. Okay, maybe not the most important, but at least when you get older, it's definitely the most important function to develop because it almost automatically develops your unconscious, which is your nemesis side of your mind, your unconscious side of your mind, which almost automatically develops with developing the inferior, which is really cool. So I think the inferior is probably the most important function to develop, even more than the hero, surprisingly. You could probably almost solo you could probably solo the inferior function and develop all 4 sides of your minds, literally. That's how powerful it is. How do you develop your inferior? Yeah, it's a shadow type. Let's see. How to develop SE inferior? You're gonna have to just read. Well, for you, at least when it comes to hero, how to develop your hero, or your hero gateway, which is TE parent, read, and then basically read on subjects you want to learn, and then use those skills to learn, to get good at skills. Basically, get good at skills that are pretty useful that you want to learn. Research about them, practice the skills, niche in a specific area, and then you're basically golden. I hope you followed that. It's basically just practice. Since you and me benefit the most from practice, and Raffi. Just practice. Practice skills that you can learn to develop systems and processes. And the only way you're actually going to start is by researching with books and stuff like that. Just read, then start developing skills based off of the skills you want to learn based on that reading, and then develop systems, processes, stuff like that. So, oh wait, shoot. Okay, I didn't figure out anything. I actually completely forgot about it. TE, extroverted thinking, is basically status of... It's what other people think of you, so like your status, other people's status even. It's reference points, it's data, it's statistics. It's not actually, it's a belief. It's, yeah, I'm pretty sure Raffi's an INFJ, which is really interesting. I'm fairly certain on that, especially since he told me he spent 2.5 years being afraid of taking his driver's test, so... If that is an example of SE inferior, I don't know what is. And he did say he was a Templar as well, so... He at least knows he's a Templar, so I'm fairly certain he's... he's an INFJ. Yeah, that's TE. So like TE inferiors would be afraid of what they think, or what other people think of them. TE heroes would be, or TE childs would be very childish, what other people think. They can manipulate the thoughts of other people. TE users can. To warp the thoughts of other people to protect their status. They can look good as long as people think they're good at something, or think they're doing something, then they're fine with it. Which is also on an axis with FI, which is introverted feeling. They're all about how they feel about something as well. TE, if you have TE, you have FI automatically. So... Oh yeah, I would definitely recommend researching it. If you want a good... This is a source I use, is CS Joseph, but... He uses multiple sources, so I'm basically sourcing on source. Using a source on top of a source site. He's basically developed the science quite far in a short period of time, which is pretty crazy. He's really been developing the science. He's basically the forefront of the science at the moment, analytical depth psychology, or Jungian analytical depth psychology. I don't know how you want to say it. So this is fine. So pretty much, Sam, how to develop inferior. It's basically just, you have to at least start researching, at least by reading non-fiction books about what you want to do, which I know you said you wanted to do 3D modeling and programming, so practice those in the future once you actually like can. If you get a book about it or something like that, practice those crafts and basically develop systems around whatever you're doing. So basically research interests, like areas of interest in terms of like subjects. Use those skills to develop processes and systems with those skills in those areas, if that makes sense. It sounds weird, but you're basically just using skills that you want to learn in a niche to improve that niche. You're just niching, which niching means like you're just narrowing down a subject. But okay, good. And then after you read about it, I recommend maybe watching like, yeah, just watch a few videos on it as well, just to see what other people are doing. Just look at what other people are doing, and then you have a good grasp on what the heck they're doing, so you don't have to be completely lost in what you're doing, entirely at least. Yeah. Hero function, how to develop hero is literally just like, in Hero, basically just how to develop that is literally just don't always completely, just develop your parent function, which just don't always focus on what you want, just figure out like if you make this decision, what will people think about you, basically. That's really how to develop. Mine is more like, is it responsible to make that decision? Is it socially responsible to make the decision? In my case, at least. It's really just being picky about how you do. Yeah. But yeah. You know what's crazy? I just thought about something. I've been refilling all these pickaxes without even realizing it. I think I'm in 3 sides of my mind at once. Is that insane? Or at least at some point I was in 3 sides of my mind at once. Just very lightly in all 3 sides. So I was in my hero, my shadow, and my subconscious lightly all at once, at least at some point. There's some crazy transitions that happen on the stream, trust me. With my, especially my inferior, especially my ESTP subconscious. Because here's the thing about the transitions, they're not static transitions, they happen fast in some cases, like really fast. That's why typing somebody is not the easiest thing in the world to do, because you'll have to constantly analyze what they're doing over periods of time, and then basically be good. Like if I become incredibly informative in some cases, then like if I start spewing words that really just don't really have anything to do with the point of what I'm actually talking about, that's informative. If I talk about very specific topics, then I'm probably SE inferior. It sounds weird saying that, but I'm just basically just using my ESTP subconscious for short periods of time. If I'm not talking and I'm just responding to chat, then I'm using my hero. I'm using my NI hero, I'm using INFJ side. It's kind of weird. That's why I can be so different in some cases than I mean, you are technically a completely different person, at least from short bursts of time. I would love to see what a SI demon's like, or SI angelic is like. I think the only person I know of that's possibly SI angelic or could use SI angelic is Simon Sinek. He's an INFJ. He's like, he made the greatest millennial speech back then that basically broke the internet. He it's a gem slam. But yeah. He's an INFJ that went full. He's developing businesses. He's strengthening millennials, businesses, stuff like that. Which is really interesting. And people think he's probably like an I wonder what type people actually think he is. Kind of curious. Yeah, SI angelic. So the demon function. I've always talked about the demon. Oh my god, imagine the angelic hero, but I'm not gonna even talk about that. So I talk about the demon function a lot. Like, the demon function is super, super pessimistic. I'm talking like probably like quadruple pessimistic. But honestly, there's probably even a more demonic side. I'll talk about it in a minute. But so pretty much, if you develop your ego, which means you develop personal responsibility, you develop your subconscious, which is you're not arrogant. You're being humble. You're showing humility. You're finally developing the wisdom. You're not being foolish. You're actually being wise about decisions. You're not just assuming things. With your critic or your nemesis, you can finally, for at least short periods of time, you can finally get into your angelic function. Your demon function you can finally use the power of your superego in a good way instead of a demonic way. An angelic way, 'cause angel, demon, you know. So it becomes SI angelic, TI angelic, T angelic, you know, all the functions, depending on what type you are. So, like, for example, SI demon can become the most bitter, least forgiving. SI demon or SI angelic can become literally the most forgiving, literally the most forgiving person on the planet, and take responsibility for literally everything possible. SI is all about responsibility. At least when you enter it. And then there's something called the master function, which CS Joseph has a lecture on this, but it's a paid lecture. It's called this function's basically, it's the parent function of the superego. So basically how to develop fully mature all sides of the mind. You have to develop the parent function of your sides of the mind. So like the parent function of the ego. Speaking of CS Joseph, he's live right now, actually, kind of funny. What's up, Rory? You have the child function. If you can develop the child function, the ego, it becomes the parent function, the subconscious. If you develop the critic function, but you're not super critical and criticizing everybody, depending on your type as well, and you're actually being wise and not being a hypocrite, because that's where people's hypocrisy is. It's basically where, yeah, basically it's just you develop your critic, which is the parent function of your shadow or your unconscious, and then your final one is your parent function of your superego, which is your master function, which technically you can kind of develop it, which is your trickster. So something you're the most unaware of becomes the most aware. So like types that don't even know what they want, so ESJs. so like ESTJs, ESFJs, they become, instead of having NI Trickster, at least for very, very small bits of time, like I'm talking like a snap of the fingers, 1 second, maybe even, using the NI Trickster for like a split second becomes basically a nuclear bomb, and becomes this insane bomb that becomes so incredibly powerful. They know what they want. They have they have mastery over their own willpower, way higher than NI Hero ever could be, or even NI Inferior, way higher than NI Inferior. Or take like ENPs, or EFPs, there it is. EFPs, so ENFPs and ENFPs, they're always being like turned down every time because they have TI Trickster, and they're seen as like airheads basically around basically everybody. But if they can develop their once they're TI Trickster, which means they're completely unaware of the truth or logic in general, they can have the mastery over truth, the mastery over logic for a very, very short period of time, so that they know the truth better than anybody after long periods of time. I don't know how sustainable the Trickster is, or the master function is, but it's really cool to know. I don't even understand my own Trickster, or my own master function, or how to develop it. I think it's just reading, but or how to get into it easier after long periods, because I know I can't just automatically just go straight into it. That'd be ridiculous, because you'd have to go into the super ego, which would probably just blow up in my face anyway. So yeah, it's kind of weird. And then because I know I have the potential of believing anybody, but doesn't that technically mean I have I literally become the master of all thoughts possible? Of everybody's thinking? Master of execution, even? Like the execution of systems or the execution of changing the world with STE Master and SI Demon. Having that any nemesis becomes any angelic inside of the superego. And it becomes this like god, like knowing the fate of everybody and have such certain fate into humanity that you can finally stop believing everything and actually have the mastery over beliefs in general and the thoughts of other people. I don't know, something like that. At least I'm still trying to figure it out. It's really cool thinking about it, but at the same time, it's like that takes literally like decades. I don't know how fast you can get to it with full-fledged self-improvement constantly. I'm not going to spend like my entire life self-improving, but at the same time, I want to at least have a consistent stream of self-improvements, especially in the future. Let's see. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Hopefully, that at least somewhat made sense. I know I sort of rambled some of that, but whatever. Yeah, it's kind of weird how that works. Oh, you did? I didn't even notice your comment for some reason, Rafi. What did he say on the test? What did he get, Rafi? I was completely oblivious of your comment for some reason. Yeah, it's super weird to think about, isn't it? About, like, what you can really take yourself to. And the interesting part is you're not I mean, you are sacrificing. Oh my god, you are sacrificing the life you have right now, but you're gonna be happier than you were even now. Like, even if you think you're happy now, you're gonna be way happier doing that type of self-improvement with your, especially your inferior, especially since inferior function is where your happiness comes from. So if you can develop that almost entirely, then you can basically, and if you can develop your foolishness, so you can basically just become a very wise, you become wise and happy, and you become super confident in what you know and stuff like that. You can gain whatever you want. So if you have TE or you have FE, you gain that recognition or credit. That is if you want to actually devote yourself to self-improvement, such as developing your inferior and getting what you actually want. Like developing your inferior and your nemesis function, and not shutting people off with your nemesis, possibly. I don't know, depends on what your type is. No, I do that a lot, actually. There's a reason why I don't actually, I don't do what Scenic does and literally say every single comment in the chat. So if I said something like, well, sometimes when you're talking you don't notice what people say in chat, that's kind of a waste of time. I read it and I respond. That's really it. I read it in my head and respond. That's all I do. I don't read the chat a lot unless I'm saying your name. Like if I'm responding, I will try to say your name. Sometimes I forget though. I respond with your name most of the time. I'll try at least. It's not 100%, but you should have a pretty good idea of who I'm talking to, at least. To be fair, I'm also looking at a second screen. I'm looking at my main monitor right now instead of my second monitor, so chat isn't gonna be like, it's gonna be harder for me to notice chat. So. I've gotten pretty good at it though. Not gonna lie. For once. Developing habits by myself is like literally just torture me right now. Just do it, because honestly you might as well just do it, because it's way, I don't think you're gonna be as torturing as building habits on my own. That's really difficult. Especially since I have to go all the way into my SI demon just to build habits myself. Which is why I have to look at other people's habits, and I have very high potential of absorbing other people's habits as well, so, which can be a problem. SE users have a problem with absorbing people's habits. That is until they can get into their function that can actually get them out of the habits, which is either TE or TI, which, what am I doing? Or TE, usually lower SE users. The good thing is if SE users, high SE users, have TI, TE, I don't know. It just depends on your type, how you get out of those behaviors, really. A lot of self-reflection. Alright, CSO. It's pretty good for relaxing. What's up, that guy? It's pretty good for relaxing, not gonna lie. It's not really for distractions. I do have my reasons, though. I do have a video on why I'm doing this, which I do say that it's probably gonna be at least top 3 most popular video on my channel. For sure, after some point. I'm fairly certain. At least after a certain point. Especially towards the end of the project, I'm fairly certain. I hate repeating myself sometimes, but I do it all the time. I only say I have a video now. I used to be able to just recite what I was, what my reasons were. I actually don't remember entirely what my reasons were. I'm still gonna keep those reasons. I haven't added to my reasonings either. Those are basically my only real reasonings. Don't you? Well, you do kind of like get up at 4 in the morning to watch the stream, so, or whatever time it is. Sometimes I even fall asleep on stream, which I've done a couple times, like 3 times I think, at least since I've gotten big. I've fallen asleep 1 time, like I mean through the entire night. At the entire night, I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I hate repeating sometimes, but at the same time, it's kind of great. I love how I was repeating about me repeating. It's become a paradox at this point. So yeah, there's one stream on my channel. It's like it's an 11-hour stream, and I basically streamed for 3 hours and then fell asleep for 8. So it was an 11-hour stream, the entire day. So Ginger Ninja. I want to mine around 40k a day, which is only like a layer, so at least at the minimum. I may not. If I'm very busy, I won't be able to do it, but if I'm not too busy, I want to get 2 layers done. Like today, I want to finish 2 layers. Maybe. I don't know. This may be a pretty short stream. Next sleep stream wing. It's been a while since I've been this tired, or been that tired on a stream though. It's probably gonna happen when I revert my sleep schedule again. I can revert very quickly now, surprisingly. It's not too hard. It's kind of painful for the first like 2 or 3 days, but after that it's fine. Subludology. 14 layers left. It's quite nice. Like a week, roughly. I don't know how busy I'm gonna be, but yeah. That would actually be pretty cool if you could do something like that. That'd be very useful for this project. You know the funny thing is, people think like if no tiles drop in the with the insta mining, that would be in creative. Even though they don't actually realize the fact that you actually can't even get haste 2 in creative. Like it just doesn't work. Like beacon effects do not work in creative. So you can't actually get insta mining creative, which I would say creative is technically slower if you only did in creative, obviously, but if you just got the resources, then yes, it would be a couple hours faster in creative. Not that much longer though, because if you know how to get the resources, which I do know, from start to finish, how to do this entire project, basically. By this point I should know though. Without creative, which it doesn't take that long. It really doesn't. Well, I'm already about to go kill the dragon again, jeez. It's fast. I think. How long have I been streaming for, actually? I don't know. Oh wait, I have it right there. 2 hours? Nice. So I mined roughly About 20,000 blocks per hour, roughly. It's a little bit less than that, I think. It's like 18k per hour. Which is pretty sick. I think. Something like that. I wouldn't... Okay, I wouldn't say it would be... It's not that drastic of a difference, but it is quite the difference, I'll be honest. Just like taking a 5-minute break makes a huge difference. Taking 30-second breaks even takes a huge difference in this project. If you took a 30-second break and then another 30-second break, the time adds up fast in terms of breaks. I wouldn't say it's a huge difference though. I wouldn't say the ore makes a huge difference, but it does make a pretty significant difference. I'd probably be around 50 or 60 blocks more in, at least. Something like that. Probably gonna mine the coal this next section. Like mine all the coal that I have, like all the ores, besides diamonds. This next section. So like after this section, I'm gonna mine all the ores because I don't want to deal with 100,000 ore again or 100,000 coal ore. That was a pain. Seriously. Absolute massive pain. It is a bit slower though. It's not a dramatic difference, but I would say it's kind of significant. Especially all the stupid coal. Especially layers around like 40 or so, because that's where coal and iron and stuff like that is the most prominent, is around 40 to something, I think. Something like that. That I know of. It's pretty high up there though. The lower levels are so much ore, like just types of ore, that it does kind of get crowded around layer like 16 down. Well, I don't have to worry about the stone because I have, I could just do this with my inventory. I optimized my inventory. It took a while. If I'm just gonna get rid of it, I might as well just collect it if that was the case. If I was just gonna collect it to get rid of it, there's no point in doing that when I could just collect all of it. But that's a huge pain collecting all of this. Luckily, the PS4 is optimized enough where it gets rid of enough entities on the ground that it actually gets rid of it at a consistent pace, which is really nice. I don't have to deal with it like on Bedrock or Java. No, seriously though, like, there's so much stone to collect. I mine so fast, I'd probably fill an inventory in like 10 minutes. Which should be a big pain to go back in there and put in the shulker boxes and go in there and put on like the millions of chests. It's like a couple of 13. I think if I did the calculations, it's probably around 12,000 double chests, not counting the water though. So if you count the water, that's probably like 10,000 double chests, which is ridiculous for a world this big. But yeah, it's really, it would be quite the hassle. But they already killed the Ender Dragon, which is kind of scary. I don't want to know how many lava buckets. It would be insane though. Think about how much think about how much sand I have at the moment, but it's not stackable, which would be insane. I have a lot of sand, and I would probably need a lot more. I don't want to know honestly. 3,000. At least 100 double chests. I think at the minimum. Let's see, 3,000 inventory slots. Wait, no, it's only 54. Shoot. Wow, that's a lot more. What's 64 times? Okay, it's like 6,000 double chests. Something like that. It's a ridiculous number though. I'm not surprised lava farms are going to be OP. I can't do lava farms because of this project, but I'm going to be using sand to get rid of it. Also, that sounds amazing for like fuel, furnace fuel. I've seen the infinite lava, it's pretty insane. Not much of it, I just remember seeing it. Yeah, it's like 6,000 double chests to collect all the, or at least, if you take the equivalency of the amount of sand I have, compared to the amount of lava buckets I would need, it's like 6,000 double chests or something like that. I don't know. It's just an insane number. Well, the update, it's just stopped updating after a while. The updates don't do anything for this game, so I can just keep doing this project without any interruptions. It's still unfortunate I still have to update the game. I mean, I don't absolutely have to. I can just turn off updates, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. I probably have close to 400,000 sand at this point. I don't actually know how much sand I have though. It's a lot of sand. It's definitely probably not going to be enough though. For getting rid of the nether. Luckily I have plenty of sand, as you can tell on my map, to get rid of. Some of it I already have kind of gotten rid of just for those oceans at the top, but for the most part. Still quite a bit left to get rid of. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be annoying. What's up, hi guy? Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. Yeah, that would be very unfortunate if something like that happened. To be sort of fair though, I can't really die from any level above like 90 because Feather Falling 4 is kind of broken. Literally you can fall at level like, no, like 90, I think 96 is what block you can fall at without dying. So unless you're on a mountain and you jump down a mountain and fall down, then yeah, you'd probably die. It'd be annoying getting back up, but luckily I can't actually fall enough to actually die in this world. Unless I take off my armor, which I have done before on accident. I forgot why I even took off my armor. But seriously, the difference between Feather Falling and Feather Falling 4, or like the different levels of Feather Falling, is stupid. I think it's 96. I could be entirely wrong on that. It may be closer to like 120 or something like that. I may be thinking of a different Feather Falling. Yeah, I do have a Elytra as well. Okay. Okay, well, there we go. $104 blocks? That's interesting. Okay, I think my fastest Ender Dragon kill was actually very recent. It was like less than a minute and a half. It was less than a minute and a half, I think. Minute and a half? My god, I cannot speak. It was kind of luck based though. I'm just gonna mention there's a world me and my sister made, and yeah, you'll see the name, I think. I don't know if you saw it, but you may have seen it. Shane, yes I did. I finally started streaming again. Unfortunately, this may not last that long though because of I'm gonna still be pretty busy in the future. Don't know how long this will actually last until. This is the thing, I don't like streaming for like 2 hours, or I don't like scheduling streams, unlike somebody who schedules a stream for like 1 PM. It doesn't even start streaming till 5. There's a reason why I don't schedule stream, because I don't know what the heck I'm gonna be doing. For the most part. Something random could just pop up out of nowhere. Hello. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I'll light you, I swear to god, you failed me. What's up, Mr. Yellow? Hope this is enough. I'm gonna be really sad if it's not. Oh my god, I swear to god, Ender Dragon, you're literally gonna give me a heart attack. Hit myself with that arrow. It's true, I could mine it. I don't know why I didn't think about that for some reason. I don't know. Maybe, oh, it's because I used to use dirt. That's why I think about it. That's why I always just mine. I used to use dirt, but I didn't want to waste it. So. Just to keep it. I had a god tier snipe. I kind of wish I had just clipped that at least. Like video clip it. It was like a 20 second. Let me just say it, this shot took like 15 seconds. Didn't actually expect to kill the dragon, I'll be honest with you. I zoned out so badly there. Does this show how many times I've killed the Ender Dragon? The fact that I literally I'm killing the Ender Dragon out of habit. Which is insane. Literally killing the dragon out of habit. And that's really sick. That's, oh my god, I need to... Ugh, jeez. It's really funny how that works. Okay, good. They still kept the trades. This is actually working. Keeping myself, like, respawning where the villagers are. I don't care if it lags slightly every time. I want to keep those villagers. Without resetting every time. It's so frustrating. I'm glad it's at least fixable. At least fixable. With those same villagers. Wait, you want to see something? This is the quarter mark. This is the quarter mark right here. Right here. It's 3/4 mark. Because I'm going to do a, I'm going to change plans just a little bit. I'm still going to do, oh shoot, you almost pushed me off the ledge, stupid llama. I'm going to do a 431 by 100, which is going to be this section right here. Then I'm going to do another one, and then I'll go 50, or I'll do this one 50% or 75%. So this section, the next section will be 50% or 75%. It's going to be one section and a mini section, which marks the zero axis on the Z axis. And then so where the heck is this? Oh, it's way over there. 75%. And then I'm gonna do the last 4 sections and a 31 by 100. That's the final section. You guys better join there quickly because I'm gonna be mining that section very quick. When I say quick, I am talking very quick. I mean within like 2 or 3 weeks. Quick. Nice. Yes, I do remember that section. I think. So 75%, oh god, 75% should happen within 3 months. 3 or 4 months, I think at most 6 months. It shouldn't take that long though, like really. 75% isn't that long around the corner. I think, what? It's negative 131, or negative 231, negative 131, negative, no. 4 months? I think it's gonna take around 4 months, 4 to 6 months. 6 months at most. To get to 75%. That's at most 6 months. $75% will be the big turning point in the, well, I would say 50% was the turning point in this project, but 75% is the final stretch. After that, it's the final stretch of this project. It's the stretch of this project. $75% I would have to say is where I could say like, oh yeah, I'm getting pretty close to finishing this. I know it's still like 4 segments away or something, 4 sections away, but get the idea. As long as I finish those sections consistently without interfering with anything else in my life, that is, then I'll be able to do it. Consistent basis. Interesting part is I haven't actually lost that many subscribers. I think it's finally leveled out. At least to a point. It's very slow. I'm talking like subscriber count loss is super slow. It's 90% ocean, Jesus. You might as well just pick a different seed. At that point. Because, geez, like, I keep forgetting what your project is, but I do remember what it is. Which, honestly, getting rid of ocean, though, is very satisfying. I don't recommend getting it because I forgot how far you were actually into this project, so yeah, never mind. It's very satisfying getting rid of ocean, though. It may take longer, but it's quite satisfying. What's up, Connor? He's getting super slowly. Did you know he technically got a shout out from a guy? Who talked about the farther lands and the farthest lands and the sky lands, the vortex lands, you know, that the void lands, the vortex lands, you know, that type of stuff. Yeah, he mentioned Kilo walking to the far lands on this video. He even has a link to his channel. He hasn't grown that much bigger though, which is really interesting. The video probably has like 100k views, which is pretty sick. What's up, Austin? Thank you, Austin. And Connor. Much appreciated. You can donate if you want to, it's in the description. It's Streamlabs. Gamer Boy Pathwire, oh god. I'm still planning on making that website though. For this channel, all the content on it, just to save it on a website. And add some extra content as well. Mintical merch. I don't know if I should go minty merch or mintical merch. I think mintical merch is a little bit better. It does flow really well, I'm not gonna lie. Nothing that I'm gonna be saying is 100% confirmed, but it's pretty much on my mind at least. What's up, Akira? Just realized something. I am gonna save it though. Oh, it's already 8 o'clock. Oh yeah, I forgot. Give me a second. I know why it isn't happening, but thank you for the donation. I don't understand this stupid donation system, I swear to God. This is why. It's not going through. Because for some reason, Streamlabs decides to not show it for some reason. I don't know why. It's really stupid. Seriously. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to show any notifications for some stupid reason. And you donated, Jesus, you guys donated $40 in combined? Jeez, thank you, seriously. Here, I'll just do this. Hope it donated, or I hope it... Yep, it worked. What's up, just a girl? Okay. Should be good. I mean, if you want to give more, you can, but you don't have to. The end game of this project is 75%. I would have to say the end game is around 75% of this project, which is going to be in the next couple months. Which is pretty sick. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Oh, wait, right now, no, dude. At least my pickaxe, I don't know, I'm doing like 3 different things at once for some reason. Why am I replacing my pickaxe? It's not even done yet. Jeez, I am really, like... I'm really out of it right now. At least at the moment. Yes, 100% survival. I don't know if it's 100% gonna pop up. I can pop it up myself, but I don't think it's automatic, which is really stupid. I don't know. I'm not paying attention though to what I'm doing, so now I can do it. I can do it myself. I mean, it did show up earlier, but I had to do it myself, so. I mean, it should pop up when I, if you do. That's what should happen. I'm pretty sure it should pop up. Also, thank you for subscribing as well. Much appreciated. appreciated. Yes, dirt repairman. Because I have the window open right now. Yeah, I don't understand. Oh my god, what? What do you mean don't challenge you? There it goes. I have to, for some reason, accept declines. Also, thank you, seriously, for donating $50. It's been so long since I've actually had a donation like this. Holy Jesus, you're pretty insane, actually. Not gonna lie, for donating $50. Actually, 70. 50 and the 20. Yeah, for some reason I have to accept and decline, even though I shouldn't have to, because I already turned off the donations system, whatever it's called. Also, I just realized something. Okay, there we go. I mean, I wish that I could actually, like, do that thing, but do the donations properly, but for some reason, it's unfortunately not working. Don't know why. I'll do it, why not? 3 hits from a pickaxe. The pickaxe weapon, what the heck? Yeah, I was really scared there for a second. I didn't hear a click noise or the bloop noise or whatever that is whenever you pick up an item. It sounds like a click mixed with a bloop. Okay, Connor. So thank you for the $30 donation. It's like my job, though, to kill a llama. Because they get in my way, and yeah. Also, you're absolutely insane. Fine, I just won't. I won't kill the llamas. I mean, don't get me wrong, they aren't that big of a thing. They're kind of just a meme. They really actually aren't that annoying, I'll be honest with you. Be straight with you. They're just kind of a meme at this point because of... I mean, I've had some times where they have pushed me off the edge, but for the most part they actually aren't that bad. To be honest with you. Also, you're pretty insane for donating $100. There's been only, what, like 3 people who've actually done that. Total. Guy named Nico. And one other guy who's donated over $600 in the span of like 2 months or something like that. It's like, holy jeez, you're insane. Unfortunately, that guy hasn't actually appeared to a single stream since then, which is really interesting. How many people have donated 200? One person has donated... It's Dark. Dark donated $200. That's the highest donation I've ever had in one go. It was 200. And a guy named Nico has donated, I think, $200. Something like that. It was pretty insane. I don't know if he actually donated 200. I know he at least donated probably 150. And then Dark, he donated $600 within like 2 months or something like that. Oh, total? That's it, really. Okay, Connor. It's like a dark twin. He was super competitive with donations. It's kind of funny. It's definitely much appreciated that you're actually donating. Honestly, the people that actually go out of their way to donate this much is actually kind of insane. Like, seriously, you guys are crazy for actually donating this much. But I must applaud your insanity. And thank you as well for donating that much. 'Cause, jeez. But let me just say this, Dark literally has donated roughly half the donations I've ever received. In terms of total, which is crazy. So it's like, yeah. That's absolute insanity. It's Dark Wobbly as a Dark Wobbly Time Lord. That was his full name. Okay. Is that Brandy? Thank you. It's much appreciated. Jeez. This is absolutely insane. Like, I know streamers get that, like, I know there's a few that have the super high donators, but I didn't really expect really anybody on the stream to do something like that. So, jeez. Okay. Jeez, okay, that's very confident there, I can tell. It came from basically just one block, one source block in the middle of a cave. That's basically all that came from. It was weird. glad I checked my inventory. I've only had a few times where I checked my inventory and I usually don't fill up entirely on my inventory, thank God. Where do I live? I live in the US, in Texas. That's the most information I'm going to give out, at least when it comes to where I live. Nice. Wait, do you really? That's really interesting, actually. Funny enough, I actually have, I think, almost more European viewers than I have US, which is really interesting. I know a lot, I have quite a few European viewers. Or even not even just from the US at all. It's kind of funny. Nice. I am actually not in school. I'm actually studying for IT certificates to get into IT. To the IT field. And then probably after that, I kind of want to go into programming. Like software development. It's going to be a weird switch, but I mean at the same time, I think it's a pretty good switch. Like starting, like IT, like becoming a technician, or even as an intern, and then once I have the customer service experience and the IT experience, I can go into programming in the future. I'm almost about to get at least one of the certificates. I'm getting the CompTIA A+, and you need to get 2 certificates for it. And the first one I'm gonna get pretty soon, and then I'm gonna get the second one, and then intern at a place, or even with somebody, possibly. And at the place, once I get that experience, I can either go become technician, or if I study web development, I can go to web development to design my website, which is actually one of my big incentives to become a web developer, is to develop my own website on for this project, for this channel, which is pretty cool. And then that's really about it. And then I want to go into actual like software development. I can, because I already have the experience with programming, so like with HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Oh yeah, the obsidian, I noticed that actually. It's gonna be a lot of obsidian. I should be able to yeah, I'm just gonna finish this layer. There's no point in not finishing. I'm already at 170, so it's not like it's gonna take forever to get past this layer anyway. Oh yeah, it's not. It won't be a pain, but it'll just take forever. Just like those end pillars. When I mine that in the future, once I mine the Nether in the end, or once I finish mining the Nether, I'm gonna have to start with those. Once I get to the end, the Nether is gonna be fun though. It's gonna be crazy. I mean, it's not gonna take nearly as long as the overworld. Like, definitely not. I hope the lava doesn't take too long. It shouldn't take forever though. Like, just the blocks alone are probably going to take around, if I do it casually, I could probably do it in around 6 months. Casually speaking. And, like this project I'm kind of doing casually at the moment, unless I get towards the end of the overworld, I'm going to start putting more and more effort into it. And then the lava, I hope doesn't take more than 2 months. I don't think it's going to take 2 months, but I'm going to be genuinely surprised how much lava there actually is going to be. It's going to be like getting rid of an ocean, but it's going to be a lot slower. There's a way for me to do it without being super slow, though. It shouldn't take too long, at least once I get the framing done with the sand, like once I place all those 3 block columns with the sand. It should be much faster after that, so thank God for that. The framing is going to take forever. Seriously, framing is going to take... That may take like 2 or 3 weeks on its own. Great, see you, Connor. I started this project, I announced this project back in December 9th, 2017 on my channel. It's just almost the 3-year anniversary of, which is pretty cool. But I realistically started this, I like actually started this project back in, or actually counted this as a project probably winter 2017. I don't actually know when I entirely first thought of the idea of mining the entire world. before I put into the execution of mining the entire world. That's the closest I have really is winter 2017. It's kind of sketchy, I'll be honest, the times I started. Because I didn't really have almost any plan for this project. Okay, so if you're wondering combined time, okay, so this project's probably gonna take around a year. I would say around a year and a half. I'm gonna go with a year and a half. A year and maybe 2 years at absolute max. Like, I'm talking, like, 2 years is the max. The time it'll take to finish everything. But it should take around... That's if I'm, like, really busy in the next year or so. I don't know what I'd really realistically be doing that's super, super busy, but... Yeah, 2 years absolute max. I'd say around a year and a half. I'd give it around a year and a half. I could probably finish it faster, though, I'll be honest with you. At that point, I might as well just, like, I don't know what I'd be doing at that point. I wonder how big this channel is going to get. I don't know what the heck is going to happen to this channel once I finish this project. Even the overworld, I may just explode. This channel may just absolutely just explode in all directions. Seriously. Like, it may be insane. Because you gotta think about something. You gotta think about, if I'm going to the overworld, I don't know how big I'm gonna get. I may get way bigger than this. It may stay the same. I may be more active. A lot more people may be more active. All those people that know about me finishing the overworld are gonna see me mine the Nether, then they're gonna see me over and over and over again. And then... other things may happen. I don't know, you're right. It's really hard to say. This channel has grown to absolute insane proportions within a year. Like, seriously. 3 months even. It took 3 months. Going from 48 subscribers, taking 2 years, over 2 years. 2 years and like 3 months to get to 48 subscribers, and then blowing up to 26,000. 25,000 now, but 25,700 subscribers in 3 months. Not counting the loss. I mean, if you count the loss, it's 25,700. I think it's all the people that don't have their notifications on, or it's just people that just wanted to subscribe just to say they see my channel and then leave. And I guess what, all those people that know about this project is they're probably gonna come back, to be honest with you. Because that usually happens. And then I don't know. Once I'm completely done, I have no idea what's gonna happen. But, you know, nothing can happen or everything will happen. I don't think there's gonna be a mid. I don't think this channel is gonna be. I don't think it's gonna mildly go up. I think it's gonna either explode or just do nothing. I'd be surprised if it did if it took the middle road. Yeah, the Nether is gonna be interesting to see as nothing. Cause how many people have actually seen a whole chunk of Nether being just constantly destroyed? Not that many. Have said they destroyed their Nether. I know one person destroyed their end, but I mean, that video was the recommended video that was like from Pippin, who's mining the earth, or not mining the earth, building the earth, 1-to-1. Yeah. Quite insane. It's gonna become insane. Probably. I mean, considering how this channel's been turning out, probably it's gonna be insane. Absolute insanity. How big is my world? Wait. How big is my world? It's 862 by 862 by 64 if you're talking average height of the world. Even though Toycat, the person who did this world, did the how long it would take to destroy the world, the average height is actually 70, but I went with 64 because that's where the water is. So, and my world is quite a bit water, so I think it averages out nicely to 64 in height, which is exponentially. Like 862 by 862 does not sound like that much, but the amount of blocks you have to get rid of is exponential after a certain point. What are you, Travis? Right. What's up, Gunman? Wait, yeah. Last name's Gunman. Okay. The last part of your name is Gunman. Got it. That is true. Give me a second. What's up, Kano? Thank you, Kata, for why the heck do I have to accept subscriptions? That's so stupid. Give me a second. So thank you for subscribing. I mean, I have a flash drive, and I have online storage, and I have, yeah. I have quite a few. Give me just a second. Okay, I'm back. There has to be a way to do this. Give me just a second. I will give a world download when I finish this. Give me just a second though. I need to do something. For some reason. It won't let me of Hafka. I do not actually remember you. I'm very surprised. I can usually remember people on stream most of the time, but it's very uncommon. Okay. It should. All right, give me a second. I know how to test this actually. Okay, somebody resubscribe. One person. Just say it in chat. Just one person resubscribe. Just to see what happens. What's up, Alex? Because I think I figured this out. I don't know if it's having fun. I don't know, it's just kind of something I'm doing. It's more of a mission more than actually having fun, I'll be honest with you. Because honestly, missions in themselves aren't that fun. I think anybody who has a mission definitely has to agree with that. Okay, somebody unsubscribe and then resubscribe. See what happens. I think I fixed the donations. I think. Okay, good to know. This may not work. Yeah, I don't think it's actually gonna work. Not in that way, at least. Or it's not updated. I don't think it works with subscribers that are, at least when it comes to the donation system. I don't know. For some reason, when I go to settings, yeah, like it just says include resub, which is weird because I just saved the settings. Here. Oh, never mind. It's resubscribe. Right, Brandy? Okay, never mind. There's a specific setting for resubscribing. Apparently. Like a specific file that's for subscribing or resubscriptions. Which is pretty interesting. So that's probably why it's not working. close. Almost done. Alright, see ya, Brandy. Probably be ending the stream in like once I'm done with this layer, so you see that x-axis when I'm done. So I have 100 blocks left roughly. That is if I don't have to kill the Ender Dragon, which I don't think I do. I don't think so, at least. I haven't checked my pickaxes in a while though. It's honestly become a habit at this point. For once, pickaxes have kind of already become a habit. It took until 2 years for me to stream and turn into a habit. It's not a super highly developed habit, but I mean it's fairly habitual. Habitual. That's weird. That word just sounds so weird, to be honest with you. I don't even know if I'm saying some of these words correctly, I'll be honest with you. I think I'm even remembering my pickaxes more than Chad is, which is kind of funny. For once. My attention span finally growing more than 3 seconds. For once. Is it because I'm actually using the correct side of the mind I should actually be using, which is my ENFP unconscious, where I can actually access my SI demon, or my SI inferior, sort of access it, and actually multitask for once? I don't know if that's correct or not, but longer than 3 seconds. I think I have a shorter attention span than a goldfish. It's not even goldfish attention span. I think it's even shorter than a goldfish. Like, seriously, people really do not realize how bad SI Demon is when it comes to attention span. It's so bad. They think that I had something really wrong with me. especially since most people are SI parents and SI heroes, which have the highest attention span. Wait, there's lava on this layer? I did not know that. Actually, wait, I should have known that because I saw at the beginning of the first layer. Goldfish is the only one I know that has a very short attention span. It's known for having a short. I don't even know if that's true though. Do goldfish actually have a short attention span? Or is it a short memory? Because I know they're both attached to each other, but at the same time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would make sense actually. Never mind. What's up, Lake? Lacua, I think. What's with Lacua? I don't know. You can tell me how to say it. I probably butchered it so badly. What's up, Jesus Christ? The only time I really take a step back is when I'm doing my videos. That's the only time I really take a step back and look at how much I've done. There's also one other time I did it, and that was when I was reviewing all of my old backups. It's a great way to take a step back, because you're going through history of years and years of mining and preparing and stuff like that. For example, when I Lacua? Okay. Thank you, Silk. Wow, I have just enough pickaxes to finish. kind of weird how high up the lava's going up though. What layer was that? Layer 18? The lava? You know how uncommon that actually is? It's kind of ridiculous actually. How uncommon lava is at layer 18? That practically never happens. I swear to God, there's so much coal. Like, I'm just as sick of picking up coal as I am in like a normal survival game. Seriously. Well, I wouldn't say just as sick, just because of how fast I can mine through, but honestly, coal is one of those resources where you can have too much of it. I don't care who you are. Beginning a survival, you'll probably get sick of it very soon. Compared to other resources, it's kind of annoying. Yeah, it's kind of weird that you can't see your coordinates on I don't know why they decided to do it like that on Bedrock. You can't see your coordinates. It's a weird decision they made. I wonder how many people would want to see my map if I didn't have my map open. I can't even imagine. It'd probably be one of my most asked questions is just from people in general. It's just, hey, what does your map look like? What does your map look like? What does your map look like? It's about as common as saying, it's about as common as a question as saying, why don't you have netherite? Same thing. Seriously. I get that question way more common, that question is way more common than I honestly ever thought it would become. To be fair, I've noticed that if I have one person asking the question, there's a very high chance another person's gonna ask me the exact same question. Probably, I think out of all of these questions, I think why I'm doing this is probably the most common question I've gotten on this channel. Either that or how long will this take? Those are probably the most common questions on my channel so far, of all time. Somebody has asked me that actually. People probably get so confused because they think I'm wasting my time entirely because it's an infinite size world, even though they don't verify and actually ask me, hey, is this world infinite? Like, bro, at least ask me, what's the world size? Like the other, I forgot who actually asked me what the world size was, but thank you for actually asking, because you're one of the few people that actually ask what the world size is. Oh yeah, what console am I using? I wonder. Console I'm using. It's like, geez, you know, I'm insane, but I'm not. That's literally the definition of insanity. Mining an infinite size world? even for this type of purpose, why would you mine a section this big for this many years without any form of like just for a purpose of building something here? It's a bit insane. Not gonna lie. You might as well just do TNT duping at that point or TNT duping machines, because you could at least get something good out of it, or at least build something out of it by the time you're reasonably far into it. No, they're mainly asking if I'm using Xbox or PS4. Even though it's in the title, trust me. They're not going to be asking if I use the Pro or not. I've never literally asked, nobody's asked me that, don't worry. Literally not a single person. I love how good PlayStation and Xbox are when it comes to generations of consoles. Like PS4 was back in 2012, the concept of PS4, or when it just came out, 2020. PS5, it's always 8 years. I don't think that PS3 actually came out 8 years before. I think it was a little bit later. I think it was like closer to 10 years. I don't actually know when the PS3 came out. I just know it was close to 8 years. They're pretty good when it comes to consoles, when they're designing consoles. Or the times between each of the consoles. That was a really nice neck pop. Okay, so I will be removing all of the ore from the bottom of the world, but I will not be removing, I will be replacing all of that with stone. So this part will be flat. All of this will be flat. I'm just going to be removing all the ore from the bottom. So yeah, this is completely flat. I'm not removing anything else. Mainly because it doesn't make much sense to actually mine all that stone. Since I can have other people can build on it, why would you if you want to build something, I don't know why it doesn't just make any sense to do. I mean, it makes sense because you want to mine every block in the entire world, but at the same time, for practical use, other people can use it to build things. When I transfer this to a realm, or I transfer this to a world in general, since this is going to be a very unique world on Bedrock, especially since I don't know if TNT duping can work, but I don't know anybody who has an area this big in their world just completely emptied out so they can build stuff. Just imagine what you can build with this area, especially on Bedrock. This is a lot of area, real estate. Just to build things and stuff like that. Build farms, anything, honestly. Dude, imagine how many 2B2T jokes there's gonna be when I'm done. I'm expecting some Sidecraft jokes, which there have already been a couple, and 2B2T jokes as well, after I'm done with this overworld. This would also be a great commemoration for the Legacy Edition as well, the Console Edition. Since this is technically the last thing, at least in terms of project-wise, you can do on PS4. Like this is like the final project, I would have to say. Console, there's no other project really out there like this for the PS4, for the Legacy Edition specifically. This will be the legacy for the Legacy Edition, which it's a legacy of the Legacy Edition. It's a project, it's a legacy project on the Legacy Edition, which will become a legacy of the Legacy Edition. I don't know, something like that, you know, you get the idea. Okay, I'm gonna go and end the stream now. I actually don't know how big this is gonna be, I'll be honest. I think there's a couple directions this project will go. I could see articles. Yeah. I could see articles happening with this project. Definitely. Let's see, Alex. I can see articles, possibly even an interview. That would be interesting, actually, to go to an interview with somebody. I don't know about that one though. That's being super optimistic. So. Oh yeah, that's a great headline. That's literally headlines in a nutshell. Man destroys the entire world. No other context, just that. Alright, I'm gonna go and end this stream now. That's a pretty fast stream. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Sure. I mean, that is kind of catchy. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's kind of misleading. Like, not misleading, but it's still kind of... God. Okay, I'll see you guys later.